Hello to our subscribers. Welcome back to another episode of Brunch and Banter. So, I kind of wanted to talk about a very difficult subject, the weight conundrum, the ups and the downs, the things we all go through, and especially as women, since us three are women.
You're not talking about the weight of the world?
No, I'm not talking about the weight of the world, Nina.
Yes, a very almost, I don't want to say taboo subject, but it can be taboo for a lot of people.
Yes, very taboo. So first, I kind of want to say this is a judgment-free zone for anybody who is listening and for us as well. So I wanted to unpack this topic that most people shy away from sometimes: our weight, our bodies, and our mental health that comes with it. I don't know about you guys, but how do you guys feel like society, media, and culture shape us on how we should look?
I feel like it does have a huge impact, but they go through trends. So it's like being super skinny, like very thin, like little to no curve was really trendy at one point.
Yes.
And then having that hourglass figure, like the Kardashians was like super trendy for a while. And then even like being plus size was a trend too. And I don't know what it's at right now, but it's just like it's like clothes. Somehow a body shape is a trend.
Which is kind of sad if you really think about it.
Yeah, because it's solely based on genetics and just like where you hold your weight. And like, some people they hold their weight on their upper half and some people on their lower half and some people are more evenly distributed, and genes play a huge role in it too, as to like how you will look, just like, your proportions and all that.
But influence definitely has like a lot to do with it because for a while it was all about like the curves and if you weren't busty, like you would go and get them done. And I think just more recently it's gone more to the more natural side because a lot of people that I follow and like on YouTube and stuff that did get a breast augmentation are now taking them out and they're going the more natural side and embracing like their whatever their natural beauty is. But I think as time has gone on, like even when I shop online, I've noticed that there's a lot more, not necessarily plus size models, but more mid size.
Yeah.
And then it'll tell you, like, okay, do you want to see this clothes in a petite size, in a mid size, or in a plus size? And then it'll tell you, like, petite is size 0, mid size is like size 10 or 8 or whatever. And then plus size is like, I don't know, like 16 or something, you know? So I think it's definitely more acceptable.
Yeah.
And it's more like, because I know even Victoria's Secret went through a whole thing with like, oh, their models had to meet certain expectations. And now if you go on their website, their models displaying the clothes is very like, there's a variation.
Yeah.
Which is cool because it's like I'm not skinny, right? So when I look at clothes, I'm like, okay, well, that top's not going to fit me like that. And ever since COVID, like I've done a lot of online shopping and stuff like that. So it's kind of hard to see what the clothes will kind of fit like, or like if it's more of a crop top or a longer torso shirt. Like sometimes I kind of just want to see it on a person that resembles more to like my body shape. So I like that you can do like the 3 different selections.
I know. I noticed that too recently when I like shop at like Old Navy or something. You could see like, people who are plus size and how it would look on them, and then people who are skinny and how it would look on them. So I'm just kind of like, I like that variation too because they didn't always used to have that. I feel like that's more recently in the last like what 2-3 years maybe.
Yeah, definitely. I think but then again, like people get, and even myself, you get influenced into like the hype and like the it thing. So you want to do it like, bell bottoms were in for a while and then it went to skinny jeans and now the bell bottoms and the straight jeans are coming back. So it's like a trend that people just follow because it's like the it thing to do.
Yeah.
I never actually used to like the whole like bootcut jean or the guess bell bottom. But recently I started liking them more now.
Yeah. They're more flattering too if you have wider hips.
But you know what? Trends tend to come back around, so I don't wanna get rid of my skinny jeans because I know they're
Yeah.
gonna come back around.
I still wear mine if I want to.
I do too, but I feel a lot of people say that it's like a millennial thing now. Skinny jeans
Yeah,
are
who
millennial
cares?
things.
They used to say the same thing about our parts. Like, if you don't part your hair in the middle, you're a millennial or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
With the side part.
Yeah.
But it's all trends.
I don't even part my hair.
I do sometimes, like, it depends wherever it lands that day. I don't actually part it myself. I just, like, do my hair, I start scrunching it, and if when I, like, get back up like this, like, straight, if it parts, like, right here, that's where I'm going with today. If it parts right here, that's where I'm going with today, you know?
Yeah.
Mine moves around a lot. So when I
Yeah.
go to my hairdresser, she always says like, "Do your part because yours changes." Because I'll start like when I walk in, it's like on this side, and then like when we're talking about what we're gonna do to my hair, like I'll switch it to the other side.
That's funny.
So that's why I wouldn't be able to do, like, layers because my part always changes, so
Yeah.
the layers would be all wonky. When I was growing up, I feel like thin was the thing, like, everybody wanted to be
Mhm.
thin, and then, like, curvier bodies are seen more as, like, hypersexual because you can see all the curves and stuff, and I
Yeah,
remember
that's
'cause I
true.
kinda have more of a curvy-ish body, and I remember when I first started wearing leggings, my dad hated it. He would always tell me, like, "No, don't be wearing those leggings, I mean, like, you don't even know what you look like, they look ugly or whatever."
Oh
Like,
my
'cause you
gosh.
could see everything, you know? And I'm
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
like, "Well, what do you want me to do? You want me to, like, hide it somehow? Like, what do you want me to do exactly?
Yeah.
There's nothing I can do."
He was looking out for you. He didn't want those gross men out on the street hollering at you.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna do it sometimes, so it's just, like, you gotta just deal with it on your own, you know?
No, yeah.
Men are always
They
gonna
don't
well,
care.
some men, not all men. Some men will always be that gross.
Yes, not all men. Most.
And then
Just
sadly, like,
kidding.
this kinda could lead to a little bit more of, like, eating disorders too. Body dysmorphia is big. Chronic eating,
Uh-huh.
anxiety about your
Mhm.
clothes, how you wanna fit into your clothes when actually your clothes should be fitting to you, you know?
Yeah.
I feel
And
like
it's
what
like
was it now we were talking about that we have,
yeah,
what was it? It's not body dysmorphia, was it?
it's reverse body dysmorphia, or basically when you see yourself, like, whether it be in a mirror, it's probably usually a mirror, just like you see yourself. Well, I mean, I guess you can't really see yourself because your eyes are in front of or, like, on your face, you know? But you see yourself smaller than you actually are.
Mhm.
It's reverse body dysmorphia, and I was telling Addis that I feel like I'm like that.
Me too.
Mm.
Because I was telling Nana I was taking some pictures of, like, my body weight and at the gym, and I was, like, looking at the pictures, and I was like, "I really look like that? Like, that's how big I've gotten?" I'm just like, "What?" I'm like, "I didn't know this information about myself." And so it's just kinda like reverse body dysmorphia where you don't feel like you know you are, but at the same time, you don't know you are, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, sometimes when I sit down and then I see the mark of my butt, I'm like, "Holy crap!" But then you also have to remember that things flatten out, like, when you sit down, like, your thighs are not gonna be the same size standing up versus sitting down, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Like, even back then, when we went to that dietitian
Mhm.
and I had lost, like, so much weight, like, how I saw myself in the mirror never changed.
Mhm.
Like, I, to myself, always looked the same, like, yeah, sure, my collarbones popped out more, but, like, I never saw a difference in myself, like, ever. I'm like, "Oh, I've always looked like this. What do you mean I lost, like, 60 pounds?"
Mhm.
Mm.
And it's just, like, how we see ourselves, honestly. I don't know if, like also, on top of that, it's just kinda like when you weigh yourself on a scale, which is why they say don't always weigh yourself on a scale, go off of pictures, you kinda get into this,
Mhm.
like, downfall or just, like, it kinda is unmotivating in a way, or
Yeah.
and I just heard this recently too, where you kinda, like, you wanna get on this weight loss, you wanna get healthier, but then you look at the scale and you look at yourself and you're just kinda like, "Oh, what's the point? Like, it's not working because you want something fast."
Right.
And you're like, it's not working. Who cares? I'm just gonna eat, I don't care."
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's like that all or nothing mindset where,
Yeah.
like, let's say you've been eating really good, and then one day, you're on a time crunch and you don't have time to get breakfast, so you stop by McDonald's and let's say, you order one of their typical breakfasts, like a English muffin breakfast or something, and you're like, "Well, I already screwed up, so might as well screw up the rest of the
Mhm.
day." And it's like, you really shouldn't think like that because it's like your body doesn't know the difference between a donut and an apple. It's like, "Oh, carbs, I need that. Let me use it.
Mhm.
Oh, fat, I need
Mhm.
that. Let me use it." So it's like, why are you gonna ruin a whole day when you can be like, "Okay, my morning, obviously I didn't make the best choices that I wanted to, but for the rest of the day I can."
'Cause we have a negative mentality for some reason like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know if you ever felt like that, Chad.
Um, Sometimes, but then I feel like I've been so busy in the motherhood that where I'm just like, I just eat what I can.
Yeah.
Well, and then it was nice because I was breastfeeding, so I wasn't gaining weight, I was losing weight.
Yeah, it takes a lot of effort for your body to make fresh milk.
Yeah, but then when I stopped, I did realize that, or I could tell that I was like gaining the weight because I wasn't,
Expressy.
yeah, no, like I guess my body wasn't like doing that extra effort
Mhm.
anymore.
Mhm.
And obviously, I didn't change my eating habits. So I was, I guess I wasn't like, if you don't exercise, but you eat the same, you're going to gain weight,
Yeah.
rather than like being
Yeah.
stable. So I guess kind of, even though I wasn't exercising, that's kind of how it was. But I feel like it's also different for everybody. And then the environment that you're around too. Like if
Mhm.
someone's always like
Oh, yeah.
saying little comments or pointing at things or like comparing you, like it can definitely take a toll. Even if
Mhm.
like you weren't self-conscious before, people can
It can make
definitely
you.
make you when that you keep
Mhm.
being told something.
Story of my life.
For real. I was always compared to how my mom used to look when she was my age.
Oh my gosh. I
They
know.
also didn't have food to eat though.
I know. I'm just like, well, then stop making so much freaking fatty food. I'm like 15. How am I supposed to, go grocery shopping for myself? I don't even have a car.
Yeah, it's definitely different. But times have also changed.
I know, it also comes from like my grandma too. She was always like, recently she has a shirt. I don't know if I told you the story, Chad, but she had a shirt. I told Nana, um, and she was like, "Oh, it's too big for me. Do you want it?" And I told her it's too small for me. It's like a size too small. And she goes, and she made her eyes like this, how she is.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was just like, "Oh, but maybe by the time Nana comes, I'll lose some weight or something, and you could give it to me." And she goes, "Okay." Well, like 2 weeks ago, she goes, "Oh, have you lost any weight?" And I told her, "Yeah, I lost like 3 pounds." And then she goes, "Mm?" Like, kinda like saying like, "Oh, that's it?" And I'm just kinda like stuff like that. I'm like, you could have been like, "Oh, good job, you lost 3 pounds, maybe you lose a little bit more," like, if you keep
Yeah,
trying or you keep going, you'll lose a little bit more. Stuff like that just makes me so sometimes a little bit self-conscious.
right. She also takes like drastic measures when she tries to do anything. Like she
Yeah.
takes it like extreme.
I know.
Yeah, because like, even, like, the little comments that she would make at, like, family barbecues, like, comment on, like, how much food you get or, like, if you're going through seconds and, like, let's say someone thinner in our family is going for seconds, she won't say anything.
Mhm.
But the moment that I go for seconds, she's like, "Oh, you're gonna eat more?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
But that's what I've noticed, that's also like the old school mentality,
Mhm.
like they're like, I think more recently, like people are just more aware, and I
Yeah.
feel like people try to be more kind because the world is trying to be more socially acceptable of different views and people and all that. And the old school mentality is like, no, this is how you have to do it. This is how you have to get married. This is how you have to live your life. This is how you have
Mhm.
to be. This is how you should act. This is how, what you're supposed to do. So
Yeah.
I think
Yes.
that's also the old school mentality, just overall. Not that it's an excuse, but what are you going to tell an old lady?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Are you going to fight her?
Yeah, square up.
You should be a better parent than how your parents were. Like, take it that what they did to influence you into becoming a better parent too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like now, I'm probably at the point where I just am so fed up with it that I don't care anymore. Where,
Yeah.
like, they can make their comments now, and I'm like, "Okay, whatever. Are you happy? Alright. we're done.
Yeah, because, like, honestly, like, those comments made me feel like I would never be good enough for somebody else, you know? And then, like,
Yeah.
I did
Mhm.
find somebody who loves me for me and who doesn't care if I gain more weight or lose some weight, like, he'll motivate me either way, you know?
Yeah.
Right. Eat that burger.
I know. And I'm like, "Oh, I have someone to do some midnight munchies run with."
For real. So, I don't know, I just feel like that stigma needs to die at least, you know? Like, don't be so overly consumed with how much you weigh or how much somebody else weighs.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I think my favorite thing is, like not really favorite, like, in a good way, but when somebody says, "Oh, I feel so fat," or "I'm so fat," and then another person goes, "Oh, but you're so pretty." Like, what does one have to do
I've
with the
never heard
other?
that actually.
You've never heard that? Oh my god, I would hear that all
No.
the time.
The other one is like, "Oh, you're pretty for a fat girl."
Oh
Yeah,
my
stuff
god.
like that. That happens a lot, and I'm like, "What does one have to do with the other?" I didn't know I had to be I don't know
Like
being
trying to
fat
make you feel
means
better type of thing?
I guess, but I was like, I didn't know being fat
No.
means I could
Yeah,
be ugly too.
it's almost like a backhanded comment.
Mhm.
Or compliment, I mean, 'cause, like, I've seen videos of, like, on TikTok where, like, girls have a thinner face versus, like, their body, like, their face doesn't match their body because their
Mhm.
face is usually slimmer than what their body is,
Mhm.
and, like, I've seen, like, men and women, like, comment really mean things like the face card doesn't match the body, that's a no from me, or like just things that aren't like necessary to comment
Yeah.
because it's like what's it or it's almost like fat girls are not allowed to be pretty
Yeah.
or are not allowed to have a thinner face because like I almost feel like that like I like not right now but if I lost some weight I almost feel like my face has never matched my body
Mhm.
because I usually, never really had like a crazy double chin or like a super thick neck. Like I've always had a pretty long neck and it's been pretty thin. And like even my hands are not like super chunky for like the size that I am. And I had a coworker once like comment on that. They're like, "How are your fingers so skinny, but look at your wrists?" And I'm like, "What do you want me to do about it? Like I can't control
Do you want
that."
me to redistribute?
I know.
You're like, "If I could, I would."
Yeah. Actually, I wouldn't.
Yeah, that's just people being rude and, like, saying things that they don't even need to be commenting on, you know? Like, how
Yeah.
does this affect your life at all?
Right.
Like, this almost makes me think of, like I can envision, like, being chill. Like, your mom always had almost anything in your guys' pantry. Like, you guys always had chips and, like, sugary cereal and
She still does.
candy. Yeah, I know, but, like and then, like, you guys never seem to really struggle with your weight as, like, teenagers growing up.
Yeah.
Versus our house where we were not allowed to have, like, chips or sugary cereal. It was always, like, basic cornflakes mixed with
Oh
a
yeah. You guys were
small
always like
box
the healthier household.
yeah, of Honey Bunches of Oats. And I feel like, because of the way that we grew up, because we weren't really allowed to have, like, junk food,
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
I feel like I became a closet eater.
Oh really?
I would hide the chips in my room.
No way.
Anytime I would, like, get, like, cause like, I loved hot Cheetos, like, I don't eat them as much anymore because they mess with my stomach, but, anytime I would be eating, like, hot Cheetos or, like, Maruchan or something like that in the living room, our parents would always be like, "Why are you eating that trash?" Like, Guzguera stuff like that, and they would basically, like, I guess, shame me or,
Mhm.
But would they
like
be the ones to buy it, or would you guys buy it on your own, like, when you guys started getting your own money and stuff?
It was usually us.
Mhm.
Like, I know, like, at least for me, I would usually buy it myself. And so, because they would, like, frown upon it, I would eat it in my room. And
No
it's funny
way.
because, like, you'd have, like, the red fingers, and you can tell that you've been eating
The
chips. And
evidence?
I would
Yeah.
try to, like, just scrub it so hard and so that it wouldn't be there so they wouldn't say anything.
The trick to that, Nana, is to go take a shower and then wash your hair, and it comes off in the shower.
Oh.
Well, too late now.
And so, like, just like me comparing how you guys grew up to how we grew up, and we struggle with our weight and, you guys not as much, it's like, I feel like that has a huge factor in just, like, the way that we are.
Yes. It kind of leads almost into like a diet fad where you restrict yourself and then you splurge.
But isn't that the thing? It shouldn't be a diet. It should be like a lifestyle change
Yes.
or being
Yeah,
able to like cave in every like
Mhm.
Friday or the
Yeah.
weekends, but eat good during the week or But I also noticed that like for especially for us, like here in my household, it helps if we cook at home for dinner
Mhm.
because
mhm,
then we have lunch for like the next day.
yeah,
But also, just making healthier choices. But I mean, like, cause we cave in and like Daniel will go to like Rite Aid and like go get us ice cream.
Mhm.
I mean, we definitely don't restrict ourselves. We should probably do a better job, but we don't. Um, but then we go through like phases where we do really good and then we go really bad. And then
yeah,
I guess we're both really foodies. So when we go eat, like Daniel will order appetizers for like the whole table, whether we eat
yeah,
them or not. He just likes to order like 3 or 4 appetizers. And then we all get full off of appetizers and we're like, our entree's coming up. Like, what do we do?
yeah,
Take it home.
And that's what we do a lot of the times, which isn't a big problem because I'm like, okay, well, it'll just be like lunch for work the next day, you know? So
Yeah.
we
mhm,
think about it that way. But I don't know.
Yeah. I think like our household was more like a diet fad in a way, where our parents wanted us to eat this food, so we would eat that food, but then we really wanted this other food and we would eat it in like confinement. We would go hide and go eat it, and we wouldn't just eat a little bit, we would eat the whole bag
You
because
guys
we
would
were
like
yeah,
restricted
indulge.
from it. So we would
yeah,
purge. And that's where it becomes unhealthy, and that's probably what led to us being a little bit higher in weight than we should be, you know?
yeah,
And it's hard to break that cycle. It wasn't until, like, later on where I was like, "Okay, you can eat restrictively in a way, like restrictive, where you watch what you eat kind of and like, during the week, but then you can splurge a little bit on the weekend so that way you don't feel like you are fully restricting yourself."
Yeah. Like for the week, I'll definitely like prep usually on Sundays or when I can. I'll definitely like prep like snacks for work or I'll make myself like a snack
mm,
pack for lunch. And then I noticed that helps during the week because then I know I was like, okay, well, it's already prepped. I'm gonna eat it because it's already prepped, you know? And
yeah,
Mhm.
then I've also noticed that sometimes when we're going out a lot, we throw away a lot of like produce here at the house because it's going bad or we're not eating it. And
mm,
that's what kind of like triggers our mind like, okay, we need to start eating what we have here at
Mhm.
home and
yeah,
stop eating out so much because we're just throwing it away,
yeah,
which makes it easier now with my daughter because I have to make sure I always have like fruit and like snacks for her. And definitely always make her like a breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
yeah,
So usually when we make her breakfast, lunch, and dinner, we'll kind of eat too. But there's times where like we don't even eat breakfast and we eat like once a day, which is super bad. And I know that. But we get so busy because in the morning we're just like, okay, let's feed her and let's clean up around the house. And then she takes a nap. So we're like, okay, let's jump in the shower and, get ready for the day.
mhm,
And then when she wakes up, we're like, okay, let's give her lunch. And then we're still trying to pack her like diaper bag or whatever if we're going to go out. And we'll like drink coffee or we'll snack on something. But then before we know it, we're like, okay, we're hungry. So we go and we eat, but then it's kind of like a lunch dinner.
Mhm.
And we
yeah,
only end up eating once a day, especially like on the weekends. But then the other thing is too, if we eat like a big breakfast, then we're kind of like done for the day too.
Mhm.
Like
mhm,
we don't want to eat again. And that's kind of how it was with my parents too. If we would go out to breakfast, it wasn't usually till like 9 or 10. And then we would get so full because it's like all the carbs, right? You
Mhm.
have
yeah,
like your toast and your potatoes, and yeah, you had eggs or like bacon or, whatever. But you would get so full that you would kind of just like lounge or go walk around Costco or do something like that. But
yeah,
then that was it too. Like we wouldn't eat again because, or if anything, like we were like hungry, we would eat like cereal at night or like something like a little more lighter, but we wouldn't eat a whole last meal again.
Now, I feel like too, like living here with my in-laws and like they keep the pantry full of stuff, like there's chips and like a bunch of different cereals and cookies and like candy and stuff like that. And like just being exposed to it and having it as a choice is actually way easier to control, like, myself versus not having it in here and being like, "Oh, I want it."
It being like a forbidden thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, and, like, like, there's things in the pantry that have just, like, been there, and, like, I don't touch it, and I'm like and I don't even want it, but, like, it's nice knowing that I have that option where if I wanted it, I could get it, but, like, it doesn't give me any cravings for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so I'm like, I kinda wanna raise, my kids like that, where, like, if they want the candy or they want the chips, like, it'll be there for them to eat it, and, like, obviously, they
In
could get sick of
moderation.
it. Yeah,
Mhm.
and, they could get sick of it, and they're like, "Okay, I don't really want it anymore," and, like, I don't wanna be so restrictive that they also end up with, like, some form of, like, binge eating.
Mhm. 'Cause that's so unhealthy for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you see right now, I just had an ice cream cone. I had a mini ice cream cone from Trader
Oh, I love
Joe's.
those.
Yeah.
They're so good.
Yeah, but then you only need that one little one. You don't really need, like, a big ass one, you know?
And that's why I like getting those because they're
Yeah.
like small and they like satisfy your craving. So
Mhm.
it's just good. It's like it satisfies your craving and you're good. Move on with your day.
Yeah, I've heard too actually, like, what is helpful is having, like, snack-sized things.
Mhm.
You see, and I'm a snacker. Like I will randomly go into the pantry and just grab something.
Yeah, so, like, those, those single-serving chip bags,
Mhm.
it's nice to have those instead of opening a big old bag. Next thing you know, you're, like, halfway done with it.
And you know what? It's a little more expensive to buy those, and then I have to buy only like certain ones because we won't eat the variety of the chips.
Yeah,
We'll only eat like 2 or 3 of them.
yeah.
So I buy like specific varieties that I know will eat or people that will come over will eat. It is a little more expensive,
You could buy, like, the big bag and just, like, snack size little like, bags.
but you see, we're like the only time we kind of buy the big snack packs, fat bags is when people come over and we barbecue. And then they kind of end up in the pantry, and somehow they always end up like unclipped.
Oh,
So then we
yeah.
just kind of throw them away because they go
Yeah,
stale.
that's true.
Like, and it happens a lot more than often. I just go through the pantry and I start throwing away like all the open bag of chips because I know they're stale.
Yeah.
I know this is, like, a weird it's probably a hot take, but I low key like a little bit of, like, the hot Cheetos when they're just slightly stale.
Oh, never heard of that one.
It's just 'cause I don't know, it's just a different texture, I don't know.
Okay, okay, I see you.
Anyway, but, I just kinda, like, wanted to, like, remind people, like, like, you just have to also, like, think, like, positively in a way and be like, you are more than just your body. You have a whole lot more than you than just the weight you are.
Yeah.
And we have to be mindful of, like, social media or depending on the kind of content you're, watching. Sometimes you'll
Mhm.
have, like, content that's just, like, people who are skinny and, like, I've seen some weird TikTok content out there where people, like, who are bulimic, like, they, like,
Mm.
bring that more awareness to being bulimic. Like, they'll, like, be
Yeah.
like, "Oh, this is what I eat. It's a tea in the morning," and then they go do their stuff in the toilet, and then, like, it's just, like,
That's crazy.
bringing yeah, I'm just like, maybe
Yeah.
we shouldn't be showing people that unless you're, like, talking about your story and how you healed from it, you
And how
know?
you're trying to be
Yeah.
better, I guess.
Yeah. So you just gotta be careful what you watch on social media because there's also, like, a lot of body positive feed where I've seen a lot of, like, "Oh, healthier wings," and they show you, like, how to make healthier wings and, like so you can still have the wings that you want and they still taste kinda the same, you know?
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's a lot of, like, healthy swaps you can do.
There's all these like
Mhm.
protein yogurts, protein bread. It's just
Yeah.
higher in protein that makes it a little bit better to eat carbs. Um, so I have noticed that because I every now and then in the morning, like I want something to eat, but I don't necessarily want like a bagel. So I'll do one of those
Mm.
protein yogurts,
Oh, yes, they're
Yeah.
good.
which are good. And then every now and then, like I'll throw granola in there or something like that. And then I'll do also a lot of like string cheese and the cheese with nuts, those packs. So there is a lot of like healthier alternatives, but I feel like it's also a marketing scheme. So you have to
Mhm.
be like really careful and know what you're looking for
And
and
look at the
looking.
nutrition label.
Yeah, because a lot of things are like marketing schemes. And yeah, they might
Mhm.
be lower in carbs, but they have added, whatever,
Sugars.
whatever, whatever, which makes it just as bad. But
Mhm.
then if you start doing that, like you go down the rabbit hole and
Yeah.
then sometimes it's just a lot of information and you get overwhelmed and you're like, you know what, I'm going to McDonald's, screw this. Like, because
Yeah.
I've done that. It's not necessarily with food, but I know when I was like researching a lot for when I was pregnant with Catalina, I was doing a lot of research and I was going down that rabbit hole on like diapers, because I've heard so many things
Mm.
about like diapers and babies. You could do all your research, but then, your baby could just be anti like Huggies or anti Pamper. So you
Yeah.
can do all the research in the world. Same thing with bottles. Like you can go down this rabbit hole of things and it just gets overwhelming because it's so much information where I feel like that's what makes it easier to give up because it's so much information that you're trying to do something
Mhm.
better for yourself or you're trying to like just be more informative. But then you don't know what to do with the information or you just read a whole paragraph and you're just like, what did I just read?
Yeah.
Like it's hard. It is.
It
Yes,
is.
it is kinda hard.
And there's a lot of like contradicting things online too, just based on like,
Uh-huh.
who did the research on what and like what they support, like let's say like veganism versus keto versus carnivore. Like there's just like so many things where people are like, no, this is the best and it'll benefit you. No, this is the best and it'll benefit you. And it's just like
Yeah,
every body is going to react different to, what you give it.
that's very true. And, like, just, like, also, like, how carbs have gone from, "Oh, they're so bad for you. You shouldn't have all your carbs. You shouldn't have potatoes. You shouldn't have pasta. You shouldn't have this. You shouldn't have that." Now, like, "Oh, no, carbs actually are good for you. Carbs are really good for you. You can have potatoes. You should have pastas." And, like, a lot of
Mhm.
people fall into that stigma where they just believe everything they hear. And, like, people who are, let's say, for instance, vegan, they eat a lot of carbs because, like, all the vegetables have carbs. A lot of things that you eat just have a lot of carbs, unfortunately. But,
Yeah.
I remember when I kind of thought about going vegan, and I started doing that, and I think,
Oh,
Nina
I remember
said,
that.
"Oh, how are you gonna lose weight if all you're eating is carbs?" And I'm just like, "Because your body needs carbs and calories in versus calories out." Like, do you not know that? So it's just a
Mhm.
lot of, like, things that people hear, and they just take what they want.
And it really does stem down to that. It really is what they call CICO, the calories in, calories out. I think that's what
Mhm.
they abbreviated
Oh,
to.
CICO.
Because like, yeah, because like it honestly doesn't matter. You could literally eat McDonald's. I like how we just keep referencing McDonald's. McDonald's sponsor us.
I know,
But like
McDonald's just sponsor us already.
you can literally eat McDonald's every day as long as you're within the caloric range that you need to be and you can lose weight.
Now, if you wanna do that, that's a different issue because cholesterol could go a little high.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying like uh, that it literally is calories in, calories out.
Mhm.
Like that's all it comes down to.
Yep. That's really it.
And balance breaks.
She fell. Honestly, though, those are really nice to have because, like, as much as I, I hate to be a what do you call it? Like a little what is it? A parrot, just saying the same thing over and over. Protein really is like the most satiating macronutrient that we have. Like it takes the longest to break down versus, carbs and fat. So you'll feel fuller longer, So if you're trying to, feel full, eat protein. And also
Yep.
warm foods are more satiating.
Really?
Yeah, than cold food.
That doesn't mean you're gonna go warm up your yogurt, Chad, but
Yeah, don't warm up your yogurt. Maybe like
I
drink a
might go warm up my apple and
applesauce.
then make an apple
applesauce?
pie.
There you go.
Yeah,
It's a fruit. Why not?
that's true. Your daily serving of fruit in a pie.
Hmm.
And a bunch of sugar.
Yeah.
Which I might start making totally sidetracked, but I realized that I still had my sourdough starter in the fridge. So I might make sourdough next weekend,
Ooh.
Oh,
which I guess is a little healthier because it doesn't have all the added, like the preservatives.
yeah. And also, sourdough just has a lot of natural, bacteria and yeast in it that
Mhm.
it's really good for your gut.
Yeah.
Which it did throw Daniel off because he's like, I think it was really warm when I made it, that it ended up going bad like within 5 days, right?
Yeah,
And Daniel was like, "Oh, that's not good." Like, he was a little concerned that it went bad so fast. And I was like, "No, just everything that you buy from the store is so preserved. It has so
yeah,
much shit in there. It has cleaner ingredients." But then we just realized, oh, just keep it in the fridge and it'll like last longer.
yeah, like, so what I like to do is I will make my loaf or loaves, I let them cool down, and then I'll cut them into slices and just stick them in the freezer because I'm like, it's usually me who eats it, so, I can't go through a whole loaf by myself in a week, but, I can just pull out a slice, stick it in the toaster, and it's like it was freshly baked.
And they're so good. I love making a cinnamon sugar.
Oh, yeah. You should make
Mm,
the pumpkin cinnamon sugar. That
the
one's
pumpkin
really
one,
good.
and it's so moist. I
Uh-huh.
love it.
Have
I
you
do that. I'll toast it and I'll put cream cheese on top.
Oh, that's
Game changer.
good. No.
Game changer.
The most recent one I made was a butter inclusion loaf, and it
Like
literally
a croissant?
yeah, but, like, you literally, like, freeze the butter, and then you, grate it into the dough during your, like, 3rd and 4th stretch and folds. So I guess you
Mm.
put it in during the 3rd and then do stretch and fold, whatever, and then you bake it, if you put it in the fridge, you put it in the fridge, or if you bake the same day, then you bake it, and there will be a croissant crust on the outside. It's flaky, and then it's buttery and, like, so nice on the inside. You should make one.
That sounds good.
So, and like another way to like help heal us and like help with the self love a little bit, some people could search for like some therapy or journaling. We always talk about journaling. Have you guys noticed too?
And therapy.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's always like literally like a heal all right there.
Yeah.
Also, like move your body for joy versus moving it for punishment. Don't be like, oh, I have to do this because I ate all of this, so now I have to do like an hour of cardio. No.
Oh, also, I feel like the thing is that, like, people should not think of just, like, basic recreational exercise. Like, there's other types of exercise that are actually so fun. Like, you can
Mhm.
go, what is it, rollerblading or roller skating. You can go, surfing. You can go swimming. You can go dancing.
You can go
You
on a
know?
walk to the park with your
Yeah.
kids. Like, it doesn't have
Yeah.
to be like go lift weights and jump on a treadmill.
Yeah. There's different forms of exercise.
Go jump on a trampoline.
Go jump on a trampoline.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like you have to find your own way to enjoy some form of physical activity. It doesn't have to be consistent physical activity. You can literally clean the house for like 30 minutes,
Yeah.
40 minutes, whatever. That's right there a type of exercise. You're moving.
Right.
Also, if you guys didn't know, a vibrational plate is
My mom
very
just bought one.
A
I have
what?
one. A
Vibrational
vibrational
plate.
plate. It's
Okay.
basically this big thing that you stand on and it shakes you. It's really good for your lymphatic system. It helps drain out your lymphatic system, and like most people will be like you'll have to like go pee or poo after you're done.
Mhm.
But they say like 10 minutes is usually the max that you should do, but 10 minutes on like the highest setting can be the equivalent of you doing sprints for like half an hour to an hour.
Oh.
Yeah, and there's, like, crazy good benefits with it too.
But yeah, I think you should enjoy moving your body. So if that vibration therapy thing works, then you should do that. And don't feel like you're punishing yourself for it. You should never feel like you're doing something for punishment.
Mhm.
Same thing with nourishing yourself with like food without feeling guilty for it.
Yeah. If you want a chocolate chip cookie, you eat a chocolate chip cookie. Just don't go crazy and don't eat 10, you know?
Yeah, don't eat the whole
Eat
box.
5. No.
You're gonna feel like shit after, but
Yeah, you really will.
yeah. But honestly, if you want to go and have a pizza, then have a pizza. That's fine.
Yeah. Don't eat a whole pizza though.
Save some for later.
Maybe unless it's a personal size one.
Oh, the little ones.
Yeah. Like, actually, my personal size is large. Just kidding.
You're dumb.
Mm.
So, like something that I saw that I thought was like a little bit motivating was like I saw a quote and it said, "My body has carried me through life. It deserves love and not criticism."
That is very true.
Mhm.
Like, because of your body, you can walk, you can talk. You can do so much, and it's like, why are you gonna just keep putting yourself down when there's all these things that you can do? Just
Mhm.
think about, like, people who are paralyzed, like, they'll be jealous of you. They won't be jealous of you being fat, but like of you being able to walk, and
Mhm.
they can't. So there's like so much that you should be grateful for and learn to take care of your body and love it for what it can do.
Mhm.
Exactly. I do wanna say if you do want to lose some weight, change something about you, change something about the way you eat, don't expect it to come all in one day.
Overnight.
Yeah.
Oh
It
yeah.
takes time and it takes a lot of knowledge, and you're gonna have to do a lot of research into, like, different styles of eating if you wanna change up your eating or start using different types of food. You're gonna have to, like, know what's seasonal, what's not seasonal, what doesn't have extra additives and stuff like that.
Yeah. I think like one of my favorite quotes is like, if you don't change, there won't be any change.
Mhm.
Mhm.
There have to be sacrifices always. And there's kind of no way around it. Like, yeah, sure, you can lower your calories, or, you know, if you're trying to increase in size, bulk up, then you have to increase, but then like eventually you'll hit a plateau,
Mhm.
and like your body gets used to certain things, so you have to like change things up all the time, or at least not all the time, but like fairly often.
You can't expect your results to change if you are doing the same exact thing that doesn't give you the change that you want. So to wrap it up, I just want to remind everybody that you have your own worth and to not tie it to a number. To remember that healing isn't linear, but every step toward self acceptance is powerful.
I accept myself.
If there's you're done from this episode, what's one thing you guys would want people to remember or to do or to, you know?
I think just like love yourself. Everything comes in different sizes, shapes, and forms.
Yeah.
And don't compare apples to oranges.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah. Also, too, muscle weighs more than fat, and your quote unquote dream body may actually be more in weight than you think.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And I also wanna remind people that don't let what other people tell you affect how you feel about yourself. I
Mhm.
know it's hard, but really try to remember that what they are saying is just sticks and stones, the whole saying, "Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never affect me." Just remember that. And if you know what, and if people keep bugging you, then there is such a thing as boundaries and start enforcing your boundaries.
Or even better, I like to beat them to the punch, where like, I don't know if everyone will, well, not everyone, but I don't know if like most people get affected by like, the term like fat, but it's like you just kind of learn to accept that, yeah, you are fat. So what? It's a fact. I'm not going to go over here saying I'm skinny
You're dumb.
because I'm not. I'm gonna be like, I identify as skinny. Sorry, you're wrong.
You're wrong. And start telling that to people when they say like,
Mm,
"Oh, you gained some weight." No, I didn't. I have lost weight. Okay, I am skinny. Leave me alone.
yeah.
Right?
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for listening in with us today. We had a splendid time talking about this conundrum that we all go through, some more than we would like to. If you would like to tell us something that you love about your body, tell us something positive about yourself, or even tell us your own story about your own weight challenges that you have gone through, you may do so at our email at brunchandbanter@gmail.com or on TikTok and Instagram at Brunch and Banter Pod. And remember to tune in next Wednesday where we have so much more to talk about. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.